I'm good in my life. I put that on everything. They thought I forgot, but I remember everything. Remember when I laid out all my goals and they said it won't work. Now she watch her tone when she talk, why she talk. Turn around while she talk, do the what, do the what. I was dreamer taking off, now I'm up, do the most. My best friend's presidents, I got bands, keep them close. Wear your glass, I need a toast. Wear your mask, time to go. Nowadays, wake up, I'm feeling like I'm the GOAT. Keep the snakes away, they envious, like girls, I got them all. Yeah, these niggas be pretending all they actions see through. My sidekick, I got my shawty, yeah, she eat true. Niggas is fake, be true. I made a higher stake and be true. I can't even come back down. Yeah, I left a different place and now you just won't come around. Talk, I don't wanna talk. Go walk, talk, I don't wanna talk. I'm good in my life. I put that on everything. They thought I forgot, but I remember everything. Remember when I laid out all my goals and they said it won't work. Now she watch her tone when she talk, why she talk. Turn around while she talk, do the what, do the what. I was dreamer taking off, now I'm up, do the most. My best friend's presidents, I got bands, keep them close. Wear your glass, I need a toast. Wear your mask, time to go. I do the dash, Danny Phantom, in the Phantom. I go ghost, she like trips, she gon' take them out the country to the coast. Do some dumb shit if you want to. We walk them down, we turn them to smoke. Additional muzzle that came with the pole. D40s on me, they gon' tear up the road. See, I'm finna turn that little nigga to hoe. My little toolie don't even reload. Touchdown, dance off of the hoes. Step out with the UI, I don't wear the crown. Step out in the Centros. Mister put that shit on my fish. Sharper than a pencil. I really make it look simple. Stay on your mental. I'm good in my life. I put that on everything. They thought I forgot, but I remember everything. Remember when I laid out all my goals and they said it won't work. Now she watch her tone when she talk, why she talk. Turn around while she talk, do the what, do the what. I was dreamer taking off, now I'm up, do the most. My best friend's presidents, I got bands, keep them close. Wear your glass, I need a toast. Wear your mask, time to go. Yeah, my life, I live it up, I might just turn the city up. She see the ice up on my wrist, she tryna fit in. This is not no fairy tale, no, it's not written. Keep that iron by my side, even got the smithing. But they tryna test, showing who's the best, I don't ever stress, cause I'll pass the essay. Know these niggas cheat up on me cause I try my best, Talk, all they do is talk. I'm good in my life. I put that on everything. They thought I forgot, but I remember everything. Remember when I laid out all my goals and they said it won't work. Now she watch her tone when she talk, why she talk. Turn around while she talk, do the what, do the what. I was dreamer taking off, now I'm up, do the most. My best friend's presidents, I got bands, keep them close. Wear your glass, I need a toast. Wear your mask, time to go.
Ready to blueprint your engineering career? Earn your master's in
It's this one thing that got me tripping. It's this one thing that got me tripping. You did this one thing, you so made me feel it. It's this one thing you did. It's this one thing that caught me slipping. It's this one thing I want you to admit it. You did this one thing and I was so with it.
Projects.
First I caught the bag and put a Glock up in it, I'm about it. Next I pulled up on my favorite op and made them empty pockets. New tech imported to the city, niggas bringing rockets. I could get it at the retail price and resell it on StockX. I got somewhere I'm supposed to be right now, but I'm in Compton. I've been really bad for business lately, I've been steady dropping. His numbers up, he think he doing better than me, nigga stop it. Joker got this handshake that could show you that we really locked in. Why my Chevy blinging in the sun while I be trying to pop shit? All I'm really seeing is the money, diamonds in my eyelids. I was really rich before the money, I was lit without it. Always keep the hoes around, they all got tea, they tryna clock it. She done been around for 6 months, can she really help it? Chaining day coming up quick, she gon' get a necklace. Every time I bring malicious round, she be getting hectic. He gon' let you know exactly who and who not to mess with. Cash behind me, we knocked 3 goals off our checklist. He said it's time to really spin in that big body Benz. Catch me out in ATL this summer, I'm in Christian's crib. Everyone from Detroit to Atlanta finna hear the whip. Since 2021, I've been screaming big body Benz. Hella songs numbers I can't even drop. I don't wanna snitch. I had told him if I die tonight, I don't want y'all to spend. But here's a number I need you to call and they'll take care of it. Knowing that my people taken care of gon' bring me to tears. I done had my ducks all in a row since I jumped in that water. 22 and I'm already thinking about my sons and daughters. I'ma be a father that was way better than my father. He say he a shark, but I'm a shark too. Let's see who's stronger. If you find an AR in the bushes somewhere in Ann Arbor, I'ma need my shit back for real, son. I need you to call me. Lately I just ain't been feeling right since I ain't had it on. I ain't coming to your party not for free since you used to charge. And producers really trust me with they beat cause they know I'm the hardest. 10 toes down and 2 feet, I don't even bargain. Doggy tryna text about the beans, I'll find a new garden. Doggy must've popped one of his beans, he chasing leafy greens. I'm finna supercharge this RA and take off like Rocket League. I wanna live stream my antics, but they'll be watching me. I just went and got this new mag that hold a 50 piece. I ain't even got my CPL and I conceal it still. Met up in the park, but after dark I left him in the field. Rings bigger than the Super Bowl, I'm in the NFL. Sneaker legends know I'm coming through, I'm finna buy a shell. 10 toes down and 2 feet, it's like I never fell. Anybody rapping with this flow took it from LXL. As long as you listen to my songs, I'll make sure you do well. 2 twin Glocks, they need a name like Keenan and Kel. One day my name gon' become essential like it's fear of God. How my gun gon' really trump shit cause it's a 45. Home base gon' be up out of space, my Rick and Morty vibes. Name a nigga grinding harder than me, nigga, you a lie. One day my name gon' become essential like it's fear of God. My uncle said I'll be the president because he know that I humble niggas, I'm controllable and I'm fuckwittable. These niggas cannot miss me with that bullshit, I'm invisible. Your girlfriend went and got hit cause she divisible. These niggas cannot miss me with that bullshit, I'm invisible.
Yeah, man, I got the bishop and everything like that, man. So that was the crazy part, getting this haircut, man. I was like,
the haircut fire.
Man, that's why I've been growing out my shit to make it work and shit.
To get the juice cut.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Shit. What up, chat? What up? What up? What up, y'all? Hey, look it. If y'all don't already know, it's the LXL universe. It's your boy LXL himself. Praise in the chat. And I done brought my OG with me. You feel me? Now look it. I gotta introduce y'all to him because I gotta give him a proper introduction. All right. This is my OG Cam. You feel me? My OG Cam. He got a lot of good insight on like just stuff in general. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get to hearing him talking and everything like that, y'all gonna realize like, hold on, this is a young brother right here that know things. Much like myself, but you know what I'm saying, you got to get it from somewhere. So I want to introduce y'all, you know what I'm saying, and bring Cam to the forefront and everything, man. Go ahead and say what up to them.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope y'all is having a great day. Amazing day. If y'all up in here in Michigan, you already know it's starting to get very fall-like out here. I won't say the W word because the S word follows with it. So, you know, get windy out here. Make sure y'all got y'all, you know what I'm saying, little heavy-duty coat on real quick. A nice sweater. Make sure y'all got y'all chains. I don't wear chains. I got the ring on and everything like that. But stay faithful and true, especially at night and everything like that. Be safe.
No cap. And actually, that's a good thought though, because I really don't be knowing where most people is at that be watching and stuff like that. It's like literally spread. We in like every time zone in terms of like this channel and everything like that, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's all good. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got winters. What he said. If y'all don't, hey, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big fuck you on that one. Like,
man.
The winters, that's crazy.
Okay, people be looking like snow. Is it soft? Oh, no cap. But look it. I got an interesting lineup. Of like stuff today because a big reason of like why I brought you pretty much is because I wanted to like get your opinion on some of the things that's like going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We got some pretty interesting like trending things that we can react to. There's only one thing on this lineup that we're not going to be able to give our opinion on too much. And that's mainly just because it's going to be one of the topics for tomorrow. It's actually going to be the main topic. Okay. So we react to that kind of for informational purposes. We're going to kind of breeze through that because we got two pretty interesting topics.
Yeah.
One of them having to do with LeBron, you know what I'm saying, and some comments that he made. And another one It's actually I don't even know if it's a beef, but like you know who Jonathan Majors is?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I got kicked out of Disney and everything, all some bullshit. White girl said that he put his hands on her and some DV shit. I never seen a motherfucker put his hands on a woman and then try to flee the scene. That's just crazy to me. I don't even say flee the scene, but run away from motherfucker. I mean, granted, if you getting all in my face and you grabbing on me, I gotta get you off of me and stuff. Like real talk with that Jonathan Majors situation. You know, Disney was wrong. You know, think his manager was wrong. Anybody that didn't respect him and just waited for the, facts to come out. You know, a lot of people go through trial, and just because you're on trial for some shit, don't mean that you did it. You know.
Well, we know how America works, though. You know, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but you know, ain't nothing that people jump to more than trying to tear a black man down. So, you know, I think he was a little bit high, and I don't know who or what entity wanted to bring him back down to baseline or whatever. But you know, I think that was still a push. You know what I'm saying, to try to put a black man in his place. But
I mean, sure.
You know, it's neither here nor there though, because Kirk Franklin, whoa, he had put together a panel of black intelligent celebrities such as Ray J, Jonathan Majors. He even included NLE Chopper on there and other people too, like Kev on Stage and maybe a couple other people or whatever. And in it, I guess NLE Chopper and Jonathan Majors kind of butt heads a little bit in it, and everything like that. And I guess there was some behind the scenes stuff going on too, but a lot of people had mixed opinions on NLE Chopper's behavior. You know, they think that, you know what I'm saying, they trying to pretty much criticize whether he think that he the smartest guy in the room. He don't think he need to listen to his OGs or whatever. We're gonna react to some clips about that. I'm gonna see what you think.
I want to piggyback about that. You know, a lot of young people ain't listen to OGs. A lot of people just ain't listening to wisdom at all. You know, I don't want to say it's technology's fault because, you know, the difference between NOG and these YNs, you know, we didn't have access to the internet every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had to listen to the grapevine, hearing other folks' stories and, dissecting it for what it was, you know, because, you know, some niggas over exaggerating their stories and everything, but it is what it is. But you got to read between the lines and you listen to these OGs and you heard what they was talking about when it came to making your money. You know, don't be no simp ass nigga, a weak ass nigga out here. Excuse my French. I don't know if I can say nigga in your podcast, but
can you? I feel like this shit. We gonna see.
But a lot of these people's out here, these young dudes, I mean, they just got these phones. They got like the social media, looking at other people's lives and wanting to live in and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like my generation where, you know, you wanted to be the dope boy or rapper. You know, now it's like, you know, motherfuckers ain't graduated school, so they ain't got no vocabulary. So now they just want to pick up a Swiss cheese and grade everybody they see and everything. So, I mean, it's kind of messed up. I mean, you didn't have like the incident that happened out here in Ipsy on Plaque and Packard and shit like that. Between I think the oldest person was like 20 years old. It's 4 cats, 16 to 20.
Yeah.
Shooting out there in broad daylight. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure, you gotta be. I mean, I remember era when you
got
had
OGs too. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. They got OGs. Like, for sure, I ain't gonna tell you how I know that, but they got OGs. That's the sad part about it. It's like, so it don't even like sometimes having an OG is the problem because some people don't have somebody to look up to. You know, on the other side of it, you got some people who are looking up to the wrong people too, which is another layer to put onto it.
Well, I mean, that's where you gotta have common sense and can't be no lamb and just follow,
right?
You know, just the stupidity. You know, sometimes like they talked about it recently and stuff. What the fuck was it? Oh shit. Fucking movie and shit like that. When my man's got off the car and everything, you know, they was getting revenge for Ricky and shit like that. Boys in the Hood. They was getting revenge. My man's, you know, he has to get out the car. You know, he low-key thought about it and was like, you know, I got something. Yeah, I want to get revenge, or yeah, I want to get my lick back on these niggas that fucked up my homeboy. You know, they shot his homeboy in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the best type of revenge is balling on motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Getting out that predicament. I mean, evil people wickedness is always going to be rectified by justice, regardless. You know. So I don't condone and I'm a pacifist at heart. If I gotta get boogie, I'll get boogie with somebody. But I don't seek out here to hurt nobody purposely.
Right.
I'm in an era of we're gonna have a sit down, talk shit out and everything. If things can't get rectified, I mean shit, throw them gloves. It took a lot for a motherfucker to real life be like, I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. Only time you was thinking about shooting niggas if you was trying to jack somebody and the jacking went wrong.
But then again, it's like, how'd you end up in that position in the first place? There was bad choices that led up to that point. You feel me? Like, there was probably 10 bad choices that led up to that before it even got there.
Of course.
But yeah, of course. No, I hear you loud and clear. You know what I'm saying?
You got people that can't let shit go. You got a lot of guys out here with feminine energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're looking at 4 dudes, young men, that could have done something. Could have just moved out the city, out the state. Now they got to sit up in the cell. Homicide in Michigan, shoot, especially if it's first degree, you're doing life in that motherfucker.
But I think I do want to go back to the fact that being a crash out is feminine energy. And I don't think a lot of people know that. I think a lot of people mistake the fact, people think that being a crash out is masculine because you flexing, I guess, some type of power that you think that you have, right? When really, whole time, that's a feminine trait. That's a very feminine trait to not be able to have control. Oh, and I'm not saying feminine as in women do that, but I mean it does fall more on the feminine side of energy to allow your emotions to take over. You know what I'm saying? Like your actions and not being controlled in that. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you do need to be more in control. You have to have more logic, use more brain power in your actions. You know what I'm saying? Because especially with men, acting out of emotion definitely ain't never gonna get you a good result. Never. You know what I'm saying? But it's more acceptable for women because a woman can't. It's way less likely that a woman has an emotional outburst and you could lose your life over it. Whereas with a man, you can have an emotional moment of weakness, and if you punch somebody wrong, you got enough power to kill somebody. You punch them in the right spot. Let alone, you know what I'm saying, if you got access to a gun, you know what I'm saying, let alone if you got access to, you know what I'm saying, all types of other stuff, man. So just keep that in mind, young men, that being a crash out does not make you more of a man. It does not make you more of a man. Let's get it though. But you know what I'm saying? So kind of speaking of all that, and I feel like that whole conversation of feminine energy, I think it kind of transitioned nicely because we're going to talk about Drake for a second. We're finna look at Drake for a second, right? We're finna look at some of the actions that he did. Y'all already know. I ain't gotta explain the beef to y'all. At this point, if you don't know the beef, I don't know what to tell you. Kendrick and Drake, you know what I'm saying? They threw hands. Not literally, but lyrically. You know what I'm saying? So they duked it out. And after that, Drake threw a lawsuit out there. You know what I'm saying? He threw a lawsuit out there. And it was a lawsuit for defamation of character and everything like that. And this lawsuit actually went at UMG because he figured that it was a ploy. The whole beef, he figured that they pushed out Not Like Us as a ploy to be able to lower his stock because Drake's re-signing with UMG was coming up. And he would have had a lot of power being the #1 artist literally in the world. He would have had a lot of power to be able to negotiate his contract and pretty much get that max deal. So with the whole beef happening and, his loss, he figured, oh yeah, this is my label, which is pushing this out so that it will lower my stock. Therefore, they have more power in negotiating my deal coming up. So he sued them. He sued UMG. Well, over the weekend, the case got dismissed. And we're going to try to kind of figure out if that was a good thing or a bad thing through what we see right here. Now, we ain't going to dive too much into depth. This is really an informational piece. I'm going to try not to take no more than at most 15 minutes on this segment because we just going to be clicking through little TikToks trying to get some context down. You know what I'm saying? You got the thing pulled up on your phone too. You can tell me how behind it is.
I know I'm slacking. I should have bought the wrong headphones with me and everything.
No, you good. I'm gonna get a new interface, and then I'm also with the new interface. I'm gonna get another mic. I'm gonna get it's gonna be a standing mic stand, and I'm gonna get the other interface, and it's gonna have 2 headphone jacks. And then next time, like I'll have a set of headphones for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. It should pop up with my okay or not, or y'all can hate on me. Boom. Bet it. Now let me know if it got like a little delay to it. But yeah, y'all. So we finna get into it.
2 seconds. Just a few seconds.
Bet it. And if you do got some comments and stuff like that, though, let me know. It's just I ain't gonna be giving my opinion too much. But yeah.
Federal judge in New York dismissed a defamation lawsuit brought by rapper Drake against his own record label, Universal Music Group. At issue was a diss track written by Drake's rival, Kendrick Lamar, as part of their long-running battle. Lamar's song, Not Like Us, calls Drake a pedophile. He accused the label, which represents both artists, of damaging his brand and reputation by releasing the song. The judge said the track's content is merely opinion and that, quote, a war of words does not violate the law. Lamar himself was not named in the suit.
Here's why Drake's lawsuit for Kendrick's Not Like Us song was dismissed by a judge. My name is Paige Sparks. I'm a lawyer, and I also love it when my two worlds collide, so here we go. Drake previously tried to sue Universal Music Group for producing Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us song for making allegations in the song that Drake and his associates were certified PDFs, among other things. Drake specifically sued Universal Music Group because that is the label for both the rappers, and he sued them saying that by publishing the Not Like Us song, they were encouraging this false and malicious narrative against him. The judge said, not so fast, this is part of the epic rap battle that you started, and this was a response song to something you already said to Kendrick. In a 38-page decision, Judge Vargas said that this was one of the biggest rap battles in history, and that while the allegations are serious, like implying that someone's a pedophile is a serious allegation, she says you have to look at it in the whole context, and don't forget that Drake started it with his lyrics. In her decision, the judge said, understanding the rap battle, that a reasonable person would not assume that everything in the song is true about Drake, that it's just a rap battle going back and forth in songs. The judge stated that some of the specific PDF accusations by Kendrick were actually in response to a song that Drake did first, challenging Kendrick to do that. I love when rap lyrics are quoted in federal opinions. This one says, Drake first said, talk about him liking young girls, that's a gift from me. Then we hear Kendrick's song, Drake, I hear you like him young. The judge said that was a response to what Drake already started. The judge specifically said that the similar wording in that line and other lines of the song is a clue. It's a direct callback to what Drake has already said. The judge also said that listeners would not reasonably expect accurate, factual reporting from a diss track rap song, that these kind of songs always have hyperbolic language. In summary, the judge said that the song contained opinions, not facts, so it wasn't defamation. The context of the rap battle is key. This isn't like someone just fired shots out of nowhere. This is an ongoing rap battle where they're literally responding to each other with songs. The judge also dismissed Drake's claims that Universal Music Group was using this to make some kind of epic online war to drive up only Kendrick's album sales, and the judge said there wasn't any evidence of that, and they only used anonymous commentary from Twitter to support their claims. That's embarrassing. Drake's spokesperson has already said they are going to appeal, so we'll see what happens, and if they do appeal, I hope we get a good song from this. Can you think of like the possibilities of you lost your lawsuit? I hope he makes one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you see this coming? I did. Here's why.
Whenever that catches up, bro, I'm gonna ask you what you think about it. I'm saying, whenever that catches up, I'm gonna ask you just what you know what I'm saying? Like, you got any like thoughts, just like in general, like on a general sense, you got any thoughts about that? So you know that he was suing because he was trying to say that Kendrick was defaming his character. Whole time Drake started it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, man. It's getting you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But let me see if I can find some other things.
In a nutshell, Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG has been dismissed. And I'm not a lawyer, but y'all know I read all 38 of them pages, so here's a recap. Let's start with the judge's opening words for the order, which says, quote, "This case arises from perhaps the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history. The vitriolic war of words that erupted between superstar recording artists Drake and Kendrick Lamar in the spring of 2024. Over the course of 16 days, the two artists released 8 so-called diss tracks with increasingly heated rhetoric, loaded accusations, and violent imagery. The penultimate song of this feud, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, dealt the metaphoric killing blow. The song contains lyrics explicitly accusing Drake of liking children, set to a catchy beat and propulsive bass line. Not Like Us went on to become a cultural sensation, achieving immense commercial success and critical acclaim." Now, Judge, are you a fan? Now, as a reminder, Drake was suing UMG for defamation, harassment, and violation of the New York business law. One of his main points in this lawsuit was that UMG defamed him when they published, promoted, exploited, and made money off of Kendrick's song, knowing that what Kendrick said in that song was false and dangerous. Particularly the A minor line, him being Malibu's most wanted, and then the song's cover art, which was of Drake's house with offender icons all over it. So first up are the lyrics and the overall message of Not Like Us, which was that Drake is a person who engages with young children. And the question the judge has to answer is, were those lyrics meant as an opinion and therefore they fall under free speech, or are they meant to be taken as fact and therefore defamatory? And according to the judge, context matters here. The judge says, although the accusation that Drake likes young kids is certainly serious, the broader context of this being a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts about Drake. So that doesn't stand. Moving on to the album cover art, the judge says that this too is just an opinion, and no reasonable person would view the image and believe that law enforcement had in fact designated 13 residents in Drake's home as offenders. And so that also is dismissed. Up next is the harassment claim. And for this one, the judge basically says that New York does not have a civil cause of action for harassment, meaning harassment is not something you can sue for in New York. It seems that in New York, harassment is a criminal matter, meaning it's something you report to the police, not something you sue over. And even in the exceptions where you are allowed to sue for it, the judge says Drake's case doesn't meet those requirements. And you can even see here, the judge notes that courts routinely dismiss civil harassment claims as not cognizable under New York law. So lyrics, imagery, and now harassment dismissed. The last claim for the lawsuit was the violation of New York business law, and this had to do with UMG allegedly using their resources to make Not Like Us more popular than it was. Drake's team claimed that UMG used bots, they paid influencers and radio DJs to play the song, and they claimed that UMG got Spotify to redirect searches for Drake's music to Kendrick's song. And to this, the judge says, even if all of that is true, how did it harm consumers, aka the audience, which is a requirement for this New York business law? According to the judge, in the complaint, Drake and his team never claimed that consumers were harmed because they had to pay more money for something, or that they bought something they wouldn't have otherwise purchased because of a misrepresentation, or that consumers received less value for something that they did purchase. At most, according to the judge, UMG engaged in practices to make Not Like Us seem more popular than it actually was without connecting that activity to any consumer harm. And therefore, this claim must also be dismissed. And so the entire lawsuit has been dismissed. Y'all.
Bro. What up, Nisha? What up? What up? Oh my gosh. Nah, this is diabolical. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The one that had me was Drake. Drake losing the beef legally is insane. That's so wild, bro. Well, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna beat a dead horse on this one. I feel like I got like a good understanding of like what happened and why the judge like threw that out. So if you want, we can move on to like a topic we can more so like talk about, which is the GOAT. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right here for you. If I can find it. Boom. All right. This is one where I definitely want to get your opinion on it. Right? So I'm going to play LeBron's comments and everything. And I just want to see what you say about it.
Every time you say something, people think you talking to them, first of all. I'm not fucking talking about you or to you. All right. Like everything you say, everybody look at your story. So you post some, and then everybody, whatever you post, they're like, oh, is he talking about me? Like, what the I can't just have a thought. Every time you say
hold on. There you go.
I have a question. How quickly do you know when it ain't going nowhere?
Like 30 days.
First day.
Like,
First day. In my
First day?
Yes.
Nah.
Like first day meetup. Like first date, you'll know.
Oh, first date.
First date.
Yeah,
First date.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I've been with my girl since
In
my
my
first
opinion,
date.
first date, you'll be able to know. Like you'll get the vibe. Like
I've been with my girl since the first date.
That's true.
For sure. You would know.
You would know.
You would know.
That's a fact.
I feel like you can know you're gonna be with somebody on the first date.
100%.
Forever?
No.
Yeah, man.
You know gonna be
You
forever.
don't know on the first date forever, but you know you can. You know you can know you can go on the second date.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah. You don't know forever. Yeah.
I know my girl for like a year now, but I've been before that. I was like, I'm not getting no relationship. Like my life the way I have right now. Like I like being single. And then after when we went on our first date, I was like, damn, like I like her.
He's like, this different.
I'm like, yeah, this fire. Like
that's what it takes. The
and
right one.
You'll know. Like you'll know. Like I could like you start imagining like y'all together and shit like that. It start formulating.
Yeah, you also know that first date if this shit ain't this shit is trash.
So
I bet. Hold on now. Let me find. That's a good segue into what I'm trying to talk about. Let me see.
I know I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure. If I got to fight, call.
Like
we've been together since high school, so it ain't gonna always be a bed of roses, man. In any relationship, let alone someone that you're living with for over 20 years. So, I think communication is number one. Being honest is number two. Number three is just like you have to be okay with being uncomfortable in relationships sometimes, man. You can't always have it your way. You can't always think that, my way or the highway. It's never gonna work that way. Like we've been.
Dang. Dang, why they over here trying to omit it from the internet? Because in a second, I'm finna just tell you what he said.
We've been together since high school, so don't always be a bed of roses, man.
LeBron James is getting.
That a heart is a muscle, and when a muscle tears, it only comes back stronger. And that your capacity for loving can be different after heartbreak.
It's bigger.
So it's bigger.
I don't think mine could be.
Bigger.
I don't think mine could be. I don't think my heart gonna get bigger after that heart, but it's over with.
That's you, friend.
I already told Vanna. I said for sure, like it ain't gonna happen because nigga, we doing this forever.
Okay.
Same casket and everything.
She said she living 105.
Yes, well, 105. Here I come. I already told. I said I'm not. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Nobody taking us.
Here's what I know I could put. Let me see. Boom.
The
ladies need to hear that.
And by the way, the men too.
Yeah,
the men too, because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too.
Yeah.
Listen, I sit in the locker room. I'm in locker rooms and shit now. There's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They ain't go for everything.
And some home.
Yep.
It's
the ladies need to hear that.
And by the
You know what I'm saying? All right, now we find it. Some
cutthroat, ruthless ass bitches out here right now too. I'm in locker rooms and shit now. It's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script. And some homies out here that's trying to be good too and just, trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, damn, what did I do wrong? There's some
Damn, bro.
Ruthless ass. I know I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure.
Damn, bro.
Every time you say something, people think you talking to them. First of all,
All right, baby. I think that's probably the best we're gonna get because you know they you know how they do. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's an idol. They ain't gonna have it everywhere, but that did dip into like a little piece of it. So like, pretty much there was a portion of the podcast they was asking, you know what I'm saying? Because that's LeBron's wife's podcast. That's Savannah's podcast. So she had Kai Snat and she had LeBron on there as guests. And they started talking about relationships and how do you know when it's going somewhere, this. And Kai said, boom, after the first date, you know, right? Then Savannah added on something like, okay, but what about women that get the ick? And the ick is pretty much like, boom, when a woman just, one day she just stopped liking you, right? She stopped liking you. You feel me? It's just as simple as that. You wake up, it's like, I don't feel the same way toward her. And LeBron pretty much made comments like, I think that that's dumb. He said, because nowadays I feel like the roles have reversed and there's plenty of good dudes out here with, and he used the B word. He said, bitches who ain't shit. And he pretty much said, and then I know a lot of these guys, I shared a locker room with a lot of these guys and they looking up here like, well, what the fuck did I do? Or like, what did I do wrong and everything like that. He's saying half the time now, the problem is not the guys, but it's the women. See, that's what I wanted your take on. If I could have found a better clip, I promise you I would have. But like, yeah.
You want to hear my point of view on it?
Yes, sir, bro.
My point of view.
Do you think women are the problem?
So I think I got a little, couple of age young and everything. And we talked about this in the past. We met at school and everything. I don't know if they know what you're doing and everything like that as far as school wise, but we don't have to talk about that. We met at school, and I'm significantly older than them, so I experienced life a little differently. Well, I mean, there's things I experienced, and there's things that he experienced that we both just never experienced. But I'll say, like, in today's era, I don't want to just put it solely on women, as far as men. But I was former Army and stuff like that, and I've seen a lot of men go down because of a woman, So I won't say all women are bad or evil and stuff like that. It's just like saying all good men are good and evil. But I will say it's both parties, and you live in, your society is a little different than mine. Like, this is the hookup culture. This is the how much can I get out of a nigga type deal. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there wasn't a woman like that in my 10 years ago. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't a woman like that back in the 90s and early 2000s when my brother was pimping and stuff like that. Women have always, wanted the man that had more. But now we're getting to this era of some women don't want to achieve nothing now. And it's very kind of confusing because I remember, when I was at Eastern or Wayne State, they had a lot of women that was hungry. You had a lot of women that they seen, people in their family that was struggling and stuff like that. And they knew, like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to be the first lawyer. I'm going to be the first, bank teller type deal. And I don't mean like somebody, I'm talking about like financial advisor teller at a bank. Right. So you had a lot of more women like hungry. And I think what ruined it was, I'll say COVID probably ruined it and stuff like that. It changed the world.
Ooh,
and
COVID,
now
a lot of shit too.
It changed the world. And then when a lot of people was making money off of digital, that's when like a lot of things change. Like, now we have a lot of overly sexual women. And it's kind of sad when you see women act more like dudes than you do that feminine energy and stuff like that. Because, back in my time, like everybody wanted to find chick. Everybody, took care of that fine chick. But now it's like these women more in a bag. And they can care less of a motherfucking nigga's feelings and emotions and shit like that.
They could. I mean, they could be in a bag. That's the thing. Like, I feel like like the role of women is expanded, but I don't think that every woman is out here doing everything that the role of woman is like traversed into. I think you got some women who are reaping the benefits of the fact that it's more normalized that, oh, you could be a woman and still get to the bag. And I think you got a completely different subgroup of women who is out here. I don't know, like I think that typically you have different subgroups of women who is out here just sleeping around, you know what I'm saying? Or boom, dating as many guys as possible while they're in their 20s, or boom, trying to use their looks to get them somewhere in life. Because I feel like if you really focus on the bag, you ain't gonna put yourself in no position like to have kids at a super young age, or you ain't gonna put yourself in no position to boom, be out here walking around with some STDs and stuff like that. So from my theory, I would think that them is two different sets of women committing those actions. Women get into the bag, women out here being hoes, trying, you know what I'm saying, trying to be the next baby mama.
But like you know, like my peers have said, my big homies have said, like, you know, when you look in the dumpster for, I'm gonna say, how you say, if you're looking for a good woman, you shouldn't be in the dumpster.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for a good woman, you shouldn't be in the dumpster.
And that's what I was going to ask you too, because you said something like you remember being at you know what I'm saying, you remember being at the college and stuff, and when you was at the college you seen a lot of hungry women.
Yeah.
Do you think that that was a lot fueled by the environment? Like, of course, if you at college, you're gonna be hungry, right?
True. No, it all.
You're gonna be hungry to be something in life. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it all depends on what you're going to college for. You know, I mean, like when we talk about, and you know, you're medical too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we talk about the brain, especially men, our brains don't really start developing. I'll tell anybody. I stopped being stupid when I was 27. For some reason, 27, 28, my frontal lobe kind of fully open and everything, and like all the stupidity just kind of went away. Like, you know, Superman syndrome, the, you know, hanging out, you know, all night, going to work, you know, all that stuff kind of just, you know, kind of boring and faded out in my life, you know. So when we talk about college, you know, you have a different type of energy going to school, going to college at 18 and 22. You know, you got that, hey, let's party from Wednesday all the way to Sunday and stuff like that, and bring a dame back to the dormitory. I mean, granted, they all smart, so you know, they all got a smart brain. But I say,
all right, my fault.
You good. So, you know, but I mean, even in college nowadays, I mean, these women not really like, and I'll go back a little bit. A lot of women that's in school nowadays, they're not even thinking about relationships because either one, they already in a relationship or they had some fuck nigga just fuck up their mind and shit like that in a relationship. So it's kind of hard to talk to somebody that's already got a fucking Great Wall of China blocking their whole heart. You know? And as you get older and stuff like that, you know, you try to just, you know, try to be just genuine. And I don't think women are really experiencing genuine men. And when they do experience a genuine man, they're like, oh, he's not going to be like this for long. Let me get as much shit I can out of him before he switch up. You know, because I ain't going to lie, there's some shitty ass dudes out here. I mean, I can't sit here and be like, women are the issue. And, you know, I could bash women and just be like, oh, women ain't shit. But there's some horrible men out here that put women in predicaments that it's like, bro, you doing too much. But see, there's a lot of guys out here that's not checking their boys. There's a lot of guys that's out here literally laughing. And, you know, I will say this to the women and stuff like that. You know, you want to know if your relationship golden and stuff, check how his boys react to you. You know what I'm saying? If they call you sis, they give you a hug and stuff like that, make sure you good. You know, that's genuine. They just give you a dap and stuff, kind of like leave you the fuck alone. You probably just a little thing he playing with on the side and everything like that. I mean, when I was in the service, I always messed with married men. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because whenever I chose to get married, you know, I knew like this is how I wanted to treat my wife and my significant other. Not all the men that I was cool with treat their significant other just, but hey, on the forefront, I never knew anybody's issues in their household, but on the forefront, there's nothing but love and genuine love.
Right.
So, with that one being said, it's you saw how none of us disrespected anybody's wife or try to do anything disrespectful towards nobody's wife or significant other. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing but respect and love, and everybody felt that with everybody. But it's crazy. Now I got a question for you though. Just like I said, eventually, do you ever see yourself getting married?
Yeah, I do.
Now, when you get married and stuff like that, do you already have an image of what your wife gonna be and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. She gonna have to be, because I already know by the time I get married, like, and it's not really nothing like in terms of physical markers. It's not gonna be nothing like we gonna be this age or we gonna you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more of like I'm looking for compatibility things, like compatibility markers and stuff like that. I want to make sure that we at a place where we can solve our problems kind of in a decent time manner and everything. I want to look at how she cope with her like daily problems, and then I want to also assess how I cope with my daily problems and stuff like that. I don't feel like I want to marry like a person who's still in a place where she get mad and then like she'll go talk to her friends about like all of our problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like there's little things like that. There's little markers that I'm looking for more so in like how do you deal with like stressful situations and stuff like that. And then when I feel like we at a place where I'm confident that no matter what problem we face and everything like that, we can always come back, talk it out, and at the end of the day, we on the same side when we dealing with it. Like that's how I'm gonna know. Like it's time to marry.
See, I look at marriage like this. Eventually I'll think about getting married and stuff like that. I think as men, there's some people that always argue like, oh, doesn't matter if you're not where you need to be and stuff. But men are gonna always try to at least be established before marriage and stuff like that, and love and all that nonsense that comes with it. But I'm 32. I mean, it's hard to really say, oh yeah, I plan on getting married. I think marriage is like a young person's sport, and if not young, like in your 50s. So you're not really like LeBron said, you don't want to die alone. You know what I'm saying? Having that partner really like helps, men live longer and stuff like that. You're not fighting a battle by yourself in this world.
Yeah.
But I would say like younger people, because when a woman's younger, when the guy's younger and stuff like that, you really don't go through life like that. You experience life, but you ain't falling and had to get back up, crawling back up to the surface again, stuff like that. When you get a certain it's hard for a guy when you like fall and gonna find somebody that's gonna literally be like, I'm willing to see you at your lowest and build us both up together, get up with me.
And that's a problem that I see too, because like some people, that's why I'm not gonna rush to get married, because some people do not understand what that for better or for worse part means. Like some people got conditions in their head already. It's like when I said for better or for worse, I meant this, not that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't really pick and choose like that, bro. It can't be for better or for worse, like, you know what I'm saying, when it
with
comes
limitations.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, it's like I'll take care of you if you know what I'm saying, you get the flu and you need chicken noodle soup. But if you lose your job, you know what I'm saying? Like it can't be that. It gotta be the whole package. And that's why once you are confident that your partner is looking at things in that holistic point of view.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we can talk about marriage.
Well, I mean, my thing is, I did love the guys I hung out with down there in Benning and everything like that. All of them, despite what we all went through and the bullshit at the end of it. But I will say one of the strongest things that I've seen was with my homeboys' marriages. She'll even tell you, I married my best friend.
Right.
marrying your best friend, they've been through ups, downs, sideways, up, sideways rainfalls and everything. And I'll never forget when my homeboy's wife caught her stroke. Because my homeboy, he had a 6-figure paying job, everything was good. You know what I'm saying? Had his job for a while as soon as he got out the service, and when his wife had a stroke, things stopped immediately. He literally took his vows seriously. He, went on MLLA leave and took care of the household and stuff like that. He ended up having to lose that job, unfortunately, due to the fact that there was some clauses in his contract with it. But I mean, he really buckled down, made sure his wife was recovering well before he got back on the road.
Yeah.
And now he's back with another 6-figure job, and everything's really taken care of. But I bring the story up because at some point, while his wife was recovering, she's in a wheelchair, wearing a diaper and everything. She was like, "You're too young to be with a woman like me. I'm slowing you down. Let's just get a divorce." He said, "Man, you my best friend. I refuse to leave you by yourself like this." He said, I seen you worse than this. So, that's love. That's genuine love. And they used to always talk mess to each other. And it was like, even if we ever did take the rings off, you're always gonna be my best friend. Even if they took the rings off and married new spouses and everything, they said, no, like, we're always gonna be best friends.
Right.
So I think that's another thing. It's like they knew each other in their teens. He met her when she was 19 and he was like 24, 22, 24. Because it was an age gap and stuff like that. But I say, like, that love at a very young age is different from when you like my age, 32. Because, like, people been through a lot. And now you bring in somebody new and you don't know where their mindset's at. You don't know if, like, this person's just playing this role till he gets what he wants or she gets what she wants. And then, on to the next subject.
And you think that that's more likely at your age or my age?
My age.
I feel like I would debate that. I feel like I would say that's more likely at my age. That if somebody marrying you and stuff like that, they trying to use you to get what they want. Like, you gotta think about it. Like, a lot of people view being in your 20s as like you at the peak of your life. And like, not to say that somebody in their 30s ain't more established, but in your 20s, you hustling. Like, you getting to it, like you going the hardest. So it's like, if you finna glow up, you finna start to see that in your 20s. And somebody, if they seeing signs of that, they might try to attach onto you so that look like, yeah, I was there for, while you on your way up, they'll try to hop on that train as much as possible to boom. And then it's like, boom, if that shit don't go as high as they think and it start going down, shit, in your 20s also, it's a good time to get out while you young. Go ahead and divorce their ass and level up to the next person because you're still beautiful.
So I will agree with you though, man. I feel, and I told this, we had this conversation. I told this to my god cousin years ago. I think I was I know I came back from overseas, so I had to been about 23, 24. And she asked me, she's like, "How did you get all this stuff?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna lie to you. You're gonna make the most money between the ages of 19 and 25 years old." And she said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Why you say that?" I said, "Because you hungry. If you're a money seeking person, you don't care. Like, if it's your day off, if somebody called off and it's a freaking Tuesday, it's Tuesday. Clubs ain't open. Yeah, I'll take that little shift real quick. I'll take that little 10-hour shift. Come on now."
What up? What up? How you doing? So I'm over here just looking at chat. I done missed a couple people and stuff like that, but I'm sorry, y'all.
You good?
You go ahead.
So, like, you make that cheddar real, like, quick, fast, and I didn't realize how much money I blew in that 6-year time span. But I mean, as you're young, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think money should be going in and out of your hands as you're young. But if you got, I will tell anybody when it comes to bread, you got to set goals. You got to set goals for bread. Like, going out every weekend and partying and drinking and shit like that, that eventually gets old and it gets boring. gets boring and tiresome, you know.
Man. They over here playing. Bro. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Glad to have y'all up in here too. Glad to have y'all. Glad to have y'all. You know what I'm saying? We in here talking about real stuff too.
Yeah, man. Well, tell the chat we doing good and everything. It's been a good day. One of my OGs, old school. It's his birthday coming up, so we got to celebrate with him, and you know, do it ain't good. Should have invited you, but I know you had things to do earlier today, so can have you miss out on the things you had to do.
It's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like it was, yeah, like you know what I'm saying, a little bit of school and da. Hey, you over here shooting your shot in my chat? I mean, shoot, use my chat as a resource, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I'm gonna let you, matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all cook up in chat and stuff like that. I'm gonna let y'all cook up behind the scenes, bro. If you if you know what I'm saying, if you need my help, you know what I'm saying, spitting game and everything, just let me know. I'll hop in for assistance. Just let me know. But other than that, I'm gonna let you handle that. You know what I'm saying? What topic are we on right now? We're talking about women right now. Specifically, we talking about today's women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, more so, you know what I'm saying? We talking about today's women and everything. And we just, you know, we just talking about what it really takes to be in a relationship. We talking about marriage and everything like that. And like, is that even worth it in today's society? We giving opinions and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Man, help him. Help him. What you need help with, bro? Hey, bro, let me know if you want my help or assistance for anything. But other than that, man, yeah, we you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just all we talking about, man. We just giving our opinions. We just seen LeBron James get to cooking up and stuff like that. Yeah, we just seen LeBron James get to cooking up. If y'all saying help him, I mean, shoot, that's really up to her, man. She interested. You know what I'm saying? She got to be showing interested, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you shooting your shots with no signs, you know what I'm saying? With no signs that she, you know what I'm saying, is interested in you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You kind of shooting with your eyes closed. Am I married personally? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work to that in my life and everything. But this is what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? My OG who's sitting right here, he you know what I'm saying? He just sitting here talking, and he older than me. So he giving me like little advice on like, you know, just little things to keep in mind when being married and stuff like that. Me still being a youngin', I'm looking at my stuff, but also, you know what I'm saying? He know more than me. So, you know, I just sit down and talk to people for real. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, why your mom kind of homeless, though? Why your mom kind of homeless? Man. Y'all funny in the chat, though. I appreciate y'all for turning up the chat. My ceilings are low? Yeah. Thank you. Assess your goal. Assess your goals first. If you're trying to holler at somebody, what is your goal? Your goal dating or what? Because if you know what I'm saying, if you in here asking for help and everything like that, you saying help them, you know what I'm saying, you got to first assess your goal. Is your goal to be dating this person? Is your goal something more long term or short term? There's two different ways you want to approach it. If you see yourself long term with somebody, you should be okay with playing the slow game. You know why? Because you want to make sure that you sure, and you want to make sure that they sure. So if you see something long term, ain't nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, having a, you know what I'm saying, show a little bit of effort, give a little pull, and then take a little take back, you know what I'm saying, give a little pull. But the key is to show intention and to show effort, even if you got to sprinkle it in, you know what I'm saying? It's like seasoning. don't do too much if you see something long term. Sprinkle it out there and see the vibe, because you might want somebody whole time, you know what I'm saying, they're not good for you. You're going to see compatibility early on with a little amount of efforts. If you get a response that you like, apply a little bit more pressure and a little bit more pressure and let it work its way up. Create your beautiful story. Don't try to force it, because I see a lot of y'all young people, y'all over here thinking that it work like Instagram. You just walk up behind a random girl and you hold their hand and all of a sudden they give you their number, and it don't work like that.
I want to answer a question real quick, because I see her question, but I want to answer. All right. I mean, no, that's a serious question, though. You know, I'm gonna personally say I wouldn't do it. That's just me personally, and the reason why I say 5 days.
Right.
Hey man, the everything might be peaches and cream. That's the honeymoon phase. You know, grandparents used to talk about it all the time. That's a real ass statement.
Right.
That's a real statement. Honeymoon phase is a real statement.
Go ahead and describe them what the honeymoon phase is. I feel like we're talking to the youngins. So,
well, I'm talking to anybody young. I just want to say a honeymoon phase is you meet somebody. Well, you know, let's just go basics here, and I'll explain it. You know, when you get married and stuff like that, you go through your honeymoon. Some people's honeymoons is a day, some people's is 5 days. All depends on what you're doing for your honeymoon. All you're gonna be doing during that honeymoon phase, beating that shit up. Feels good. Everything's good. It's sunshine. Just got the ring on her finger type deal. Breaking it in like it's brand new shipment. But what old folks used to say was with honeymoon phase, you just only, it's new person, new feelings. That person's giving you frequent dopamine in the brain. So you thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? Nose wide open. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna see the titties and everything underneath the sun. Cause I don't know what I can say on here. So
you keep it in the good realm right now.
So with that one being said, when we talking about proposing, oh, you ain't hit, man. You don't drive no car. You don't buy no car off the lot without you don't. You don't purchase no car without tech driving it. I hope not. You gotta feel if you like you gotta feel if you like the accelerations. You gotta know if you like when you gotta put the brake on it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we buy a used car, man, the brakes don't work.
Hey,
you know,
they talking about, what do I do if my boyfriend's skin is peeling? We can turn this into a bunch of relationship advice if y'all want. So if your boyfriend's skin is peeling,
where's this peeling at though? That's what I care about.
I'm assuming arms. I'm assuming eczema, right? Which, if that's the case, I'm gonna tell you, help him. You know what I'm saying? Because as a woman, if your boyfriend's skin is peeling, and I know that you spend a lot of time on your YouTube looking at skincare routines and all that, help him. Have a Saturday or something like that where y'all hang out. You do a skincare routine on him. Tell him hop in the shower. Tell him exfoliate his skin. I don't know. Make some type of cucumber mixture, whatever. Rub it on his face. Put some cucumber over his eye. Y'all have a therapeutic day, because stuff like that is good and healthy for your relationship. And on top of that, you helping his external health. You know what I'm saying? I see that women is better at that. If you know that you're better at taking care of yourself than your man, you know what I'm saying? Try to help him implement some of those habits. It ain't no problem with being a woman and teaching your man something.
Yeah. You're supposed, as a man, if you're dating somebody, you're supposed to be learning from your spouse, vice versa.
Don't care.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why be with somebody they're not gonna elevate you or grow you? You know?
They're not doing Stream University again. They ain't never doing Stream University.
You don't think so?
Again.
You don't think so?
Nah, never again.
It
went too crazy. The first time that they did that, I think too much stuff happened that they wasn't able to regulate it well enough.
I mean, that's what happens when you get a whole bunch of. I mean, I don't know what the youngest person was up in there, but I'm gonna say everybody was an adult.
The youngest person there was probably what, Rakai? Yeah, Rakai. All of he was like probably 15, 16 at the time.
Yeah, and then you got all the way up to like early 30s and stuff like that. I mean, you had people have been doing this forever though. It just became popular, like I said earlier, during COVID. People learn how to make money off of just doing stuff off the internet. A video and was a lot, you know. So
Yeah. Let me help bro right here. Bree, you see him in the chat. You quit ignoring him, Bree. You give him an answer. He already said if it's a no, he gonna leave you alone about it. But look, but on the other side, if you saying that, right, and if you gonna say something like that, oh, just tell me yes or no, and I'm gonna respect it. You better follow through and respect it. All right? You better follow through and respect. See, I'm kicking the sauce to the youngins right now, right? Because I want y'all to grow up better than me. I don't want y'all to grow up and struggle like how I did. I struggled a lot growing up, all right, when it came to this whole thing. But when you make mistakes, it turns you into, I ain't gonna say a dog, but when you make mistakes, it helps you wrap your mind around it better. You ever got a question wrong on a test? And when you got it wrong and you saw you got it wrong, you remembered it more afterward. You ain't never gonna get that same question wrong again. That's where I'm at in life. I done got so many questions wrong when it comes to this field. You know what I'm saying?
oh wait, what?
Man. Whoa, okay. Don't do this though. Don't do that though. Don't do that. Slow down. You gotta slow your roll. You got too much dip on your chip. You gotta slow down. Cause you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna scare people off, all right? And that's not what you want to do. That's why I'm saying, look it, long term, sprinkle it in there. Start slow. Pick up the pace. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. All you gotta do is, which one was you trying to?
Yeah, I was gonna show it, but I was like, dang, that's crazy. Side note, what's going on? Who is Bree? Like, why is
I would just be reacting to us in the chat. They asked for help. And what I look like being live and not helping out my peoples. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair,
man. Now look, do you agree with this statement? I'm gonna pop it up. Just because I'm popping this comment up, it don't mean I agree with it. It's just a good talking point.
Oh.
It's just a good talking point. If she don't cook or clean, don't bother begging, bro. Do y'all youngins really think like this?
I'll cook for myself. I like to cook for myself. I know that's like a very going off subject and everything like that. I just, if I don't like a chick cooking, I'm not gonna say it's deal breaker, but I will cook for myself a lot more. Now, as far as being clean, I will agree with being clean. Oh my God, I did not realize how nasty some people are.
Some people is crazy. You can't just eat anybody cooking. I just like the ability for my woman to be able to cook. It's not going to be a requirement that she cook every night, but I do like the ability of knowing that you can.
I mean, who's teaching them how?
Hey, if my girl don't know how to cook, I'll teach her how to cook, like so that she had the ability. Once again, you know what I'm saying? But you got to have that willingness. In my opinion, I feel like a willingness to learn goes a long way. But I know how to cook, so that's not really like a requirement for me. Cooking every night isn't, but like there's gonna be days where I'm not feeling it, and I need my person to be able to step in.
I hope they know that's not a door.
Where?
Why the door small?
Why the door small, bro? They judging the setup, bro. We got mad space in here.
That's the headboard.
That's the headboard. They talking about this door over here, bro.
Huh.
Man, why your door small as well? Man. Yup. Red. Please tell Bree to give me an opportunity. That's not up to me, bro. Unfortunately, that's not up to me. Unfortunately, it's not. Like, I would love to sit here and be able to say the right words at the right time and everything like that. I would love to. I would. I really would. I would love to be able to tell somebody, hey, give this person a chance and everything. But ultimately, that leg work is up to you.
And another factor is I'm a little older, so I'm gonna say it like you don't know them personally. They don't owe you any personal favors. It's just, hey, we're on media, communication. Yeah, it's all about networking. But that person don't want to extend their arms on the networking. You got to find someone that's going to elevate you by yourself and everything like that. Because if this Bree individual wanted to do that, work with you, should do that.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody gonna. I mean, I think we're in an era of nobody trying to block nobody's growth.
I would hope not.
At least in my era in life right now, nobody's trying to block nobody's growth. When I was in the service, I did cook for 6 years, and then I decided to go artillery. So I know a lot of guys that was artillery, and they didn't mind tripping up their partner so they can get a promotion. They ain't mind making you look bad. Well, what that means is they ain't mind making you look bad in front of the masses just so they can be the one getting promotion boards before you and stuff like that.
The Army grimy like that?
Actually, it can be.
Yeah,
it can be.
Army
When we talk about, I won't even say Army. We talk about the military. I would say the military. The military is it's a love-hate relationship because you always gonna have your people that you click with, you vibe with. Even if y'all come from the same background, culture, or a completely different world, you always gonna have that. But it's like a lot of people will judge, and I'll say this as a black man that was in the service. It should be no reason why us should be holding us down. Now, accountable, that's a totally different thing. We should always hold the next service member accountable. But as far as bringing people down, and not caring, it's a lack of care. It's a lack of empathy in the military, at least in my last bit of my service. And I'm happy I'm out, but it's some days I have my times when I'm upset. But like I said, we're doing great things right now. Great things. And everything's about to unfold in the next in 6 months, you gotta think. 6 months, everything about to change. Life's about to be just different.
You talking about the AI, or you talking about like other stuff?
What we got going on? What we got going on?
Okay. Oh yeah. You talking about with us personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. In the next 6 months or whatever. That's why it's a good thing that we having this conversation right now. By the way, Kaznet, if you know what I'm saying, if Bree really was in here, I know that's Kai's assistant. If Bree really was in here, what up? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you watching us. That's love. But you know what I'm saying? And look it though. With that, that's why I'm really like kind of wary like about a lot of stuff. You feel me? I'm wary about like a lot of stuff when it comes to the money I know I'm gonna be making. Give it like I don't even know. Yeah, probably like 6 months. Like for you, it's even quicker than that. But like you know what I'm saying? Like, boom. If it comes down to it, and we talking about money, we talking about all these things. All that make you a more high commodity man. What that mean? It means that it's gonna be easier for you to be able to attract the things that you want. I almost said it's gonna be easier for you to talk to women, but let me explain. For a lot of people, this works. It don't require money, but for a lot of people, this happens when you get money. You exude a different amount of confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
You almost equate that money to your value, which is not the case, which is why I be telling people you could be rich before you rich.
Oh,
but you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people equate money to their value. So y'all don't even realize it, but you get some bands in your pocket, you start moving more confidently. You start talking with a little bit more suave. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You act different. And like a lot of women, they talent isn't picking up on that. You know what I'm saying? Like they pick up on that energy that you exude rather than what you look like. Come on now, like as men, we all to some degree is ugly or funny looking. Women not dating us because we look good, usually, and stuff like that. Everybody done seen the dude who looked busted, but you know what I'm saying, he with the baddest girl. Everybody done seen that. You know what I'm saying? So for men, yeah, we looking at it like, dang, she real pretty. I want that. For women, they looking at us like, is this a confident, you know what I'm saying, man that I can depend on, you know what I'm saying, who I feel safe around? Is this a confident man who I feel like I could trust in? And if it came to a point we got to go to war, I feel confident going to war behind this person. That's what they looking for. So as a man, you exude that in your energy and how you stand and how you walk and how you talk. You're going to realize that you're going to attract much better brands of women. And then also to have your priorities straight, because also women can pick up on the fact of if you hold them too high on a pedestal, they know that. And you know what that equates to? Your priorities is messed up. Because really you should be focused on yourself. And when I'm saying focused on yourself, you should be focused on elevating at all times. And if you putting a woman on a pedestal, it almost shows signs of early complacency. And that's not attractive. So start moving smart now before you get the money so that your morals and everything is in line and your sense of self is grounded.
So I want to make two statements about that. When we talk about money, I never forget what my old head, he was saying, like you said earlier, if you're not comfortable with yourself, that money ain't gonna make you comfortable either.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he always said to me, he was like, money is just an enhancement. He said, if you're already a bad person and you get your hands on money, you're still going to be a bad person. You're just a bad person with money.
Right.
You know, if you are a gift giver and you have money, that just means the gifts are going to be more expensive.
Right.
He always said, you got to be happy, genuinely happy with yourself. So when you start making the money, you prioritize it right. I will say, my second topic is I like a book. I like Arthur. His name is Robert Greene. I don't know if anybody knows who Robert Greene is. He made 48 Laws of Power. He made Art of Seduction. Arts of War. Not Arts of War. 13. I think it's something. I think it's 13 Laws of War because Art of War is Sun Tzu. So back to the topic. You know, I always tell anybody buy 48 Laws of Power, and this isn't no promotion or anything like that. 48 Laws of Power, and then buy his Art of Seduction book. I mean, those two books right there are very powerful. It teaches you a lot of people get upset because they're seductive traits. When we talk about seductive traits, it's about being attractive. You can't get anything without being attractive. And when I say anything, I mean love, fame, money, wealth. You know, money and wealth are two different things. And just appreciation without attraction. You know, you have to be able to attract that. You have to be that magnet that attracts that. And if you don't know your attraction status or what you are as an attractor, it's kind of hard to find any ground base. I also say another thing, you got to have your do's and don'ts when it comes to any type of relationship, that being a business partner, that's being romantically engaged with somebody. You have to have your do's and don'ts because those set your boundaries. I grew up on the west side of Detroit over there on 7 Mile, Wyoming. So like, I didn't realize this until I was about 27 years old. I didn't have boundaries because, you know, if we're all boys, you know, we all clowning each other. We all doing, you know, X, Y, Z. You know, we ain't snakes to each other, but you know, if you're my boy, I'm feeling like I can get away with certain things and everything like that. And boundaries, when you set boundaries and your do's and don'ts, only you are betraying yourself when somebody crosses those do's and don'ts and boundaries.
Right.
You know, and it takes a while to realize that, like, hey, I don't yell at people. If I'm raising my voice at somebody, it's already done. I don't want to be around you because you're gonna give me more of a headache. I'm gonna get in trouble because I'm only gonna yell so much before my blood is boiling, and I'm gonna catch a DB. That's being realistic. So that's my do's and don'ts. I refuse to yell at my significant other. Because if I'm yelling and screaming, I don't argue with women. I'm not sitting there going back and forth with you. I'm about to put my hands on you. I like my mans. Well, I like my mans. If I tell you shut the fuck up, do you think it's wise for you to keep talking?
Bro, you can't. I seen that though. I seen that though, and I know a lot of men felt that. I should have hit it with it. If I tell you shut up, you think it's wise for you to keep talking? Like, bro, oh, yeah, there's 10 steps you can take before you get there.
But I had an OG that he got hit up.
Shout out Bree, by the way. Shout out Bree. I see that she really was in here, bro. Hey, that's love. That's love for real. That's love.
So I will say I had an old head, and he taught me something that was very, very realistic. And what he said to me was, if you're with somebody and they got you out of character, leave them alone. If you're with somebody, you gotta put your hands on them, run the fuck away from them. Like we getting back to Mr. Majors.
Right.
You gotta put your hands on them to get them off of you, run the fuck away. Because like you're not about to run. Like it's hard for a man that's successful or he's building his success to fuck it up.
Right.
Because it was already hard enough to get where you was at.
Right.
And now you got somebody that doesn't see what you had to go through, doesn't see the progression, doesn't see the heartache and the crying to get scripts or get the job that you want. Not that was given to you, but the one that you want.
Yes, sir.
They don't know the struggle that you had to go through or the connections you had to make. And why lose it all over a crash out?
Thank you. Thank you. You. That's a lot to throw away over one moment, bro. That's all I'm saying.
It ain't crazy how full circles work.
That is so crazy, bro. Nah, that's dope. Yeah, see, ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all I was bringing an expert. Hey, so what y'all wanna, man? Let me see if I can find this little Jonathan Majors NLE Chopper thing.
That's crazy. They talk about 6, 7.
No cow. And that is crazy though. Man. Yeah, no, that is crazy though. That is love. That is love. I like that little you know what I'm saying, moment in the chat and everything. One day my chat gonna move like that for real. All the time, like consistently and throughout.
I'm trying to think something. I know that's NBA. Yeah, I can't. I'll because Chapo ain't. No, it's not Chapo. I can't. I'm not gonna listen to LLE. No, it's
NLE.
No, it's Young Boy. It's Young Boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say NLE like a
NLE is Chapo. Yeah,
that's Shot of Flow. You know what I'm saying? You know Shot of Flow.
I don't listen to NBA.
Well, NLE Chopper been on this. You know what I'm saying? He started off kind of like on like that gangster rap stuff like that. You know, he out of Memphis, so you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He would start off on that gangster rap stuff too. But like every now and again, he'd be having these moments where he'd be on like a little spiritual kick or like a, you know what I'm saying, like a mature like type of kick or something like that. So like right now, you know, he didn't cut his hair bald and everything like that. And I guess he been really into you know, the word and like God and stuff like that. So like, you know, he kind of like evolved Chopper kind of in a sense. So he sat down with a bunch of people who were like OG level and OG age and stuff like that. And it kind of was like, you know, it was real mixed how people kind of perceived it and perceived like what he was kind of doing. Some people was like, you know, I appreciate this mature version of himself. And other people was like, he need to shut up more. He need to shut up more and like listen more to what like the older folk got to say. So
was it 1 or 2? 2. Okay, that's what I thought.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna listen to that second individual speak and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know.
No. It wasn't, bro. No. Yeah. But yeah, no, I was gonna say I got it pulled up right here and everything. If y'all wanna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna take a listen to maybe some of the like the little comments or whatever and stuff like that.
You recently kind of did a sit down with Kirk Franklin and Jonathan Majors was there.
Yeah.
And you guys were discussing Jesus, and you made a comment about people can read about it, but you made a comment. Majors clapped back, basically like, "Yo, you need to read your Bible more," because he didn't like the way that you interpreted it, I suppose, about Jesus being someone like he was saying like. You were saying you don't pray to your brother. What were you trying to say?
I was saying you should appreciate your brother and honor your brother, but Jesus and God should not be on the same plane. It's a thing that people say, well, God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is are one.
All one.
That's true. That can be one, but that doesn't mean that they're on the same plane. So that's why you have a father. That's why you have a son. That's why you have children. So we're children of the Most High God. So we would never be on the same plane as God. I think the way I probably pronounced it probably created a little bit of misconfusion, but I mean, any person that really breaks down scriptures and breaks down God will understand that God sits here. There's nobody that sits on that throne with him or share the same vicinity.
Do you feel like there's an issue with Majors now, or are you good with Majors?
I feel like there's not an issue with Majors. I never had one. I do feel like it was tension going into the interview on his behalf because I've publicly said things, complimented Megan Good about how he looks and stuff.
That's what it was about.
So like during the interview, it was like certain moments to where like I just felt like he kept trying to use.
That's a good another point too. I do remember that. NLE Chopper was on the internet like he was like complimenting Megan Good and stuff like that. And you know, he was just saying things like, "Oh, boom, if you give me a chance, da da da." Because we all know Megan Good. You know what I'm saying? Megan Good, fine. You know what I'm saying? Fine shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's like, you know, childhood crush and stuff like that. But that's Jonathan Majors' wife now. You ain't know that? Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't know they weren't talking, but you know, I'm trying to think of the words. I'm trying to be nice with the words. Men are gonna talk, regardless if that's your wife or not.
right.
Now if there were issues and everything like that, I think the one thing is it should have been addressed one-on-one, because it's not like, you know, it's not like they couldn't reach each other. You know, it's not like this guy's just started rapping, or you know, nobody doesn't know who he is and everything. We all know who Chapo is and stuff like that. Like, even if Major was like, "Oh, he's too beneath me to talk to me" and stuff like that. I mean, he brought your wife in there, and keep my motherfucking wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. You could have talked to him one-on-one. He's a young brother. My thing is, why not just school him and be like, "Hey man, hey man, I just want to chat with you and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's my woman and everything. I understand you admire, like, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'll say it right here. I got a crush on Gabrielle Union.
Well, now you got beef with Dwayne Wade.
I see. And you know what? I don't want to take it there with Dwayne Wade. My thing is, you got to stay down there in Florida. I'll stay up here in Michigan. I might be closer because I'm trying to move back to Georgia. But you know, my thing is that's your wife.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fantasy. Before I even knew Dwayne Wade and her were even dating. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, even if he did say something, I'm pretty sure, I mean, this guy's a rapper. This guy says certain things that, you know, may not be the nicest things to say about somebody's wife. But I mean, at the end of the day, y'all are both superstars. Y'all both, he's a star in his own image, and Major's a star in his own image as well.
Right.
What's stopping you from being like, hey man, let's just have a talk.
Right.
Hey, let me sit you down and everything like that. Nothing wrong with being, hey, it's cool. My wife bad. I appreciate the compliment, but you ain't gotta take that to the internet.
Just make sure it stay there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, make sure it's respectable and stuff like that. Like, That's all I had to be. It was some respect stuff. I mean, if Major's mad about a young dude liking his wife or making statements about his wife, then it should have been addressed one-on-one. Like, I shouldn't know that you are having confrontations with another man because you said something about his wife that, you know, ordinary people have probably said worse.
That is definitely true. Like, that is definitely true to the realm that, you know what I'm saying? I would agree with that, definitely. If that was a private conversation, yeah, you know, it would have hit different realms and stuff like that. Or if that was a Kodak Black type dude, you know what I'm saying? It could have been 10 times the thing more disrespectful.
I think what Kodak Black did was, when we come to talk about Nipsey and everything, I mean, Nipsey was looked up to. Everybody loved Nipsey. There's only a few people that could talk shit, and I mean, what? Them motherfuckers probably not even able to go outside. You know, when we talk about Nipsey Hussle, that's an icon. He should be respected. He never, and what I've heard in stories, because I don't know the man personally, he was never a person of self-gain. He wanted to see everybody succeed. He gave out jewels. He gave out knowledge to everybody. So what Kodak Black did, trying to holler at Lauren London, that was disrespectful. That was some nigga shit. That was on some, and my thing is, what made it some nigga shit, and I'm kind of glad you brought it up because, like, you know, this was a couple years ago. You're a rapper, you're an entertainer, you're in the same line of work as Nipsey. It's not like Chapo and Majors. They're two different entertainments. We're talking about, Nipsey was in a rap gang, you in a rap gang. It could have been a time when y'all seen each other at any type of venue or after party and stuff like that. Bro, you felt that way. You don't have to say that shit. A lot of people want to validate themselves on the internet and be funny on the internet. Well, shit, sometimes shit ain't funny.
It ain't, especially not right after Nip died. Like, he did that, like, he shot that shot like 24 to 48 hours, maybe right after Nip passed.
Yeah, and I think it was before the funeral. I know it was before the funeral. That's what made it so disrespectful, because it was like not only the respect of Nipsey being in a rap gang and stuff like that, it's the respect that, you know, you talk to somebody that got influence and power. And that's not just in the music industry. He got soldiers. You know what I'm saying? He got OGs and fucking, you know what I'm saying, nephews that is like, oh, bro, what the fuck wrong with you? Why would you say some stuff like that?
Yeah.
My thing is, like, you know, if he had waited after the burial, after, you know, maybe after the grievous stage, you know, I don't think anybody would have been upset. But my thing is, he thought the shit was funny. And I think that's what really was the most disrespectful part of it. He's trying to sit there and downplay, like, I was just, you know what I'm saying, spitting game. Bro, like, really? At this time of moment?
He did think it was funny.
And that's what made it worse, because it was like, it'd be different if it was genuine. But you was just a nigga trying to fuck on something. That's what it really came. That's what it looked like to a lot of niggas. Like, a lot of niggas was like, nigga, if it was genuine, you would have went to Lauren London one-on-one as a man and like, hey, you know, I like you. I've seen you in movies. You know, I know you're going through some hardships. You know, if you need somebody to talk to, somebody to call, somebody to contact, I want to give you my number personally. Just pay my line. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going through a hard time and your emotions is everywhere. I want to be a part of it, but I don't want you to, you know, feel as though you're obligated. You know? And that's where it really comes down to. You being funny in a situation that wasn't funny. And that's where the disrespect is. I stopped listening to Kodak after he did that shit, man. Because it was like, you know, you disrespecting the hood at that point. Like, you disrespecting a lot of people, and you look at it as a joke. And some niggas don't look at that shit as a joke. Some niggas looking at it like, all right, bro, we got something for you. That's a whole nother conversation. I think that was it wasn't even a ballsy move. It was like, nigga, you drove the slow bus. You was on the slow bus growing up. And I think that's why he's still living. Because niggas know he not all there in the head. You know, when you popping pills on fucking, you know,
that stream and stuff like, you know what I said, and then you just turn into a super gremlin and everything like that. Yeah. something which is probably wrong. I didn't see no more stuff with Kodak even like since then and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I think anybody that raps about dirty Sprite and stuff like that and drugs, you got something wrong mentally. We talk about drugs and everything like that. Drugs are meant to make you uplift you, make you feel good. Now, when you talk about abusing drugs, now we're talking about a whole nother realm.
You glorifying demons. I feel like in my brain, I see that as like you glorifying demons and you glorifying like the destruction of yourself. So like that, especially because that's a big unit that I'm working on right now. And like that substance stuff really do translate. Like you will have a substance issue and you will look like you got mental health disorders and stuff like that, bro. Like, bro, all you're doing is destroying yourself really at the end of the day, really like with stuff like that, man. So like some of y'all gotta chill out or like at least think about what y'all talking about. Cause y'all glorifying, you know what I'm saying? Y'all glorifying some of the wrong things. Y'all got people's priorities messed up. That's why I can at least respect NLE Chopper, like, you know what I'm saying? Like being on that panel, like with him, I can respect NLE Chopper being on that panel with all them intelligent men having the conversation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to find the clip, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna try to find the clips of like him talking because he did try to carry himself like he had some type of like sense. And he really did try to push a message at the end of the day, which I can appreciate that as opposed to like what a lot of other people do out here, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to find some. Here go where
Christianity. It's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like. Okay. Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
Good.
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible. I listen to the Bible. I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question, right, Jack?
In Christianity.
He said, I would say read it again.
But going to church isn't the solution, man.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
I can pause it. What's up?
So I used to say that to people all the time, man. God is big, homie. Mm-hmm. God is the Father, and like they'll tell you, Jesus is if Jesus is God's son, why would he not be our brother? Because at the end of the day, some brothers will sacrifice themselves. Older brothers will sacrifice themselves for their little brothers and sisters. So I always used to say that. I agree with Chopper when he says that. I never thought once, and I know that there are religions that will look at the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's a Trinity. They're all one, connected but separate at the same time. So with Jesus, if you look at Jesus as your brother, right? Your brother's supposed to lead you to righteousness. Your brother's supposed to give you a pathway and show you the right way of doing things to be with his Father.
Right.
So if God is your Father, why would you bend the knee or worship Jesus more than you worship his Father?
Now, when you say we worship Jesus, right?
Okay.
Like, what do you like mean by what? Like when we pray, we're not praying to God, we're praying to Jesus to answer our prayers.
I'm not gonna say when I pray to God.
Right?
Because God knows my heart's at. God knows that I don't mean to be wicked when I'm wicked.
Right.
I don't think there's been a time that I prayed to actually Jesus, but I know that there are some faiths that believe that, like I said, the Trinity is all in one. Without Jesus, there's no God and XYZ. Because God is a portion of, Jesus is a portion of God. I always resemble the ocean being God. God is the ocean, and Jesus was that gallon jug while everybody is the Dixie cup. The reason why I say that is because we all have God within us, but Jesus had more of God within him. That's just my take on that one.
Jesus was a child of prophecy, though, like kind of like a chosen one of sorts, if you will. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that there are people who would sacrifice themselves for a brother or a loved one, but who do you know who getting up there and dying on the cross for a bunch of people who he don't know? He died for all of us, and like, you know what I'm saying? He died for all of us, mind you. He had the power at the same time to call down a fleet of angels and everything like that that could have came down here and stopped everything that was going on.
Well, and if you get into the Bible and when we start really talking about it, Jesus at some point he had to be a sacrificial. And the reason why is because they
was so wicked.
No, it wasn't that it was wicked. Jesus created Christianity. Yeah, everybody forgets Jesus was a Jew. A lot of people forget Jesus was a Jew. And I know I don't like talking about biblical stuff, but I've been drinking. So with Jesus being a Jew, there had to be Jews they believe in old laws.
Right.
They believe in the Torah. They believe like there's certain parts of the Old Testament that are in the Jewish teaching.
It is definitely. They got the first like few books or something like that memorized, like by heart.
So like a lot of Jews don't recognize Jesus as Messiah, such as unlike Christianity. So going to that, Jesus had to die because when he died for everybody's sin, he created Christianity. When Christianity was developed and started, it taught you that the Old Testament was dead. Christ has come up with his own forgiveness. Because in the Old Testament, God is very ruthless. God did not tolerate what he tolerates today. So
Right.
that's another crazy part. Like if you leave, I don't want to say here and say I don't believe in the New Testament, but I'm a firm believer in the Old Testament.
Really?
Yeah, I really admire the Old Testament and its teachings because it had structure, which that's why like the argument of the Bible says you can't be a homosexual.
Right.
Well, in the Old Testament it says you cannot lay with other men. In the New Testament, if God forgives me for my sins, it doesn't matter what my sin is. I can, and that was one of my biggest arguments.
If you can repent though, because that's the thing.
Yes.
As long as you can repent. So if you die, you know what I'm saying? If you die before like repenting, like that's a little bit different. Or if something that you are is a way of your life.
Well, that's why they say that God knows what's in my heart. That's another phrase.
And repentance comes with change. Repenting comes with an exchange of your old self for a new self. So a part of you would have to give that up. You know what I'm saying? Give that part of yourself up. And then, allow God to work in that missing area of your life and fill it with something new, with something more positive.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, when we talk about faith, faith is individualized. Like me and you, we may believe in the same God, but our faith is different. And our teaching may be different. Our upbringing may be different.
I can see that.
Because I think one of the biggest things that hurts my feelings is I like some parts of the New Testament, but one of the biggest things that I'm kind of hurt about is the betrayal of Jesus. I think that's one of the biggest things. In the Bible it talks about that Jesus didn't, hang out with a lot of women and stuff like that. There was no woman that was able to get close to him other than Mary of Magdalene. And for a woman to have more faith than his own brother is crazy work. And I think I always tell people, and me personally, I'm not a fan of the Bible. I tell people, you got to read the Bible like a hood story.
Yeah.
The Bible is the greatest hood story ever, especially if you've been through certain situations. If you read it word for word, it's boring. If you read that thing like it's one of them like, one. What the freaking kind of book do people read that like got nasty stuff and because like
you talking about like them?
I call them filth. I call them filth books.
I call them steamy stories.
But if you read them like it like that, man, the Bible gets real grimy. It gets interesting. You be like, oh, and you also learn it's something like it's a teaching. But I think a lot of people fail to realize, like, you know, one of the biggest takes I take from that New Testament is, you know, a woman will believe in you and have faith in you than your own brother, because there's sometimes people that's next to you wishing on your downfall and playing your downfall, you know. So I mean,
you know what? I would love to see you on an episode of the Dialogue. Like it's another what you call it on this channel.
Okay.
It's another show, pretty much, and it's more of like you know what, you would appreciate it, one, because the host of the show is another veteran. He served in the Army and everything like that. He did a lot of stuff in the Army too. Like super cool dude, down to earth. So you see it in the way he talks and communicates, because he don't take offense to nothing. He's like very disciplined and everything like that in his faith. But he break it down so well and explain it so well, because I thought like you, but I like how with the things that we say in our like sometimes the way we perceive the Bible, he's been reading and studying it for so long. He knows off the top of his head where he's got to go in the Bible and everything to address, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much any thoughts that we have, you know what I'm saying, whether right or wrong, it really has an ability to confirm, yeah, you're right about that, and looking at it like that. Or, yeah, but then, you know what I'm saying, then it's that part in here that says maybe you're a little bit wrong, and maybe look at it this way, you might see something new. I think I should bring you on an episode of Dialogue. Would you be down for that?
I'll be down with it.
I bet it's very, the thing about it too is it's not like judgmental. Everybody in there ain't the most uptight Christian. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a safe spot to come and discuss the Bible, no matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like in your life, you could be a straight atheist. You could come in there and everything like that, vibe out, and you could talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Spit your opinions and stuff like that. It's like that free flowing of a spot. So, and ain't no judgment. Like I'm telling you right now, if I felt like it would be judgment, I wouldn't suggest it, bro. But there's some people in there who done lived some crazy lives, and it's pretty open about it. I don't see them get judged, so you would never get judged for nothing that you think or feel too. It's literally just, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the things about being open and stuff like that. And I think you would benefit from it, because you got some pretty good perspectives on it, some pretty strong perspectives. I just want to see what my dog Tone would feel, or I'm sorry, my dog A2 Breezy would feel about it and stuff like that. But my fault, I didn't mean to cut you off and stuff like that in your thought.
No, you good. Yeah, it's just but you know, faith comes in different forms, you know. I mean, faith can come to people, you know, either young, old, or last stages of life, you know. So, you know, I always told myself, you know, you gotta have this world's too big to think that there's nothing that's higher, that's not a higher entity.
Right.
You know, everybody's here for a reason. Everybody's in your life for a reason. That granted, I mean, you don't know. I'm gonna use the Medea quote. You don't know if they're gonna be a leaf, a branch, or a root, which is a very true statement. You don't know how long somebody's gonna be, and you're gonna endorse somebody in your life. But I always will tell people, appreciate that person, treat them like you would treat yourself, but don't try to, I will say, make those boundaries. If you don't set those boundaries early, people will start, you know, I won't call it disrespect, because if you never set the boundary, it's not disrespect. Now, once you set that boundary, once you set that limit, and they still doing it, correct that stuff. They still doing it, leave them the hell alone.
Yeah.
People only got, I mean, I'm 32. People only got 2 times. That's it. I'm okay with it. I had a barber. You know, I just got my hair cut by my barber Bear and everything like that. He gave me the juice. I don't know if you guys can really see it.
You got to rough it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
that's tough.
But prior to that, I used to get my hair cut by one of his old colleagues that worked at the same shop. And I don't believe in giving people my money if they're gonna be yelling at me. I don't think that as a man to man, we can have a disagreement. Once that yelling and stuff starts going on, once you start raising your voice, like I'm your child, or you trying to bitch me and stuff like that, that's where it's like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm getting a service from you to do whatever it is. I'm paying you my money. You're not gonna sit there and yell at me. It's okay. It's all right. I smile in your face. Kudos. I have a conversation with you. Kudos. But you never get a red cent from me. Because our friendship was based off of transition. And I'd be damned if you think I'm gonna be giving you money after you just talk to me like I'm your child and everything like that. So I go to his homeboy, and his homeboy cuts my hair real good. He's been cutting my hair for the last going on 2 years in February. Because that's why I had to try to get a cut from dude, because I had to go to a funeral. I don't care what the cost was. Hey, even I didn't make a thing on the app. That's cool. I don't mind paying you $200 to line me up and chop me up, make me look good for this funeral real quick. My bro just died. I'm trying to go to this funeral. I'm not trying to have my hair looking crazy.
$200 for a lineup?
$200 for a little something off the top and a lineup. And you sit there yelling at me, talking about, I told you to make an appointment and everything like that. You know, hey man, all you have to say is I can't do it. I apologize. You know, I'm appointment based. That's cool. He would still been cutting my hair to this day. But you know, they yelling, belittling somebody. No. And see, I'm at an point in my life where I don't want to put my hands on nobody. I don't want to take it out of anger and say something. You know what I'm saying? Because then once I say something, I got to keep my word as a man. Yeah. I got to do what I say I'm going to do, you know, regardless. That's why I keep my mouth shut. If I'm angry, I try to keep them hateful words. I keep them in my head, but them hateful words try not to come out, because as soon as I say it, I got to do it. I be one of them motherfucking fools to say something I ain't going to do, regardless of angry or not. That's why I just keep silence. Silence is more powerful than a lot of people think. Silence carries a lot more weight than anybody thinks. Nobody, because the only person that knows what you're thinking and what's in your heart is man upstairs. That's it. I'm thinking right now. You know what I'm thinking right now?
Man, nope. Not a clue in the world.
I think about vanilla ice cream, because that sounds delicious. But like I said, nobody knows what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? That silence is bad.
Definitely a tool that more people need to learn to utilize. Everything don't require words. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Actually, that's how you really know if you finna get. Hey, look if you popping off at the bar, boom, you popping off at the bar, right? You popping off at the mouth. Somebody that did something that you don't like, and you see that they sitting there like this. They look a little bit too comfortable for the situation, the words that you telling. You should probably not escalate that no further, because that's probably a good indication that they know that they could whip your ass.
Appreciate you on the haircut, by the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, love and chat.
I'm hoping that people bring up the 90s cut and everything like that. You know, you got your dread heads, and man, your dread heads is taking over.
Hey.
But we as 90 kids, we gotta bring it back, like, you know, the Juice, Boys in the Hood, you know what I'm saying, Menace Society haircuts, man. It's about to be Halloween soon, man.
I thought about getting rid of, man. You know what I don't like? I don't like all the freaking previous dread heads going corporate, man. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of people who had nice long locks and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. And they going in here with the da-da-das for the extra views and everything up in fades, man. I don't appreciate that. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you a person who got locks, you take care of them, they look good and everything, and it's the look for you, man. I meant to say that on the show anyway, so I'm glad I'm saying it now. Don't cut your locks just because you see all these celebrities doing it and whatnot. They doing it for other different reasons and everything like that. If you know you got good locks and everything like that, keep your locks, bro, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna cut them because you think it's trending. You're gonna wish you had them later. Don't do stuff to follow trends. Same thing with y'all people who get locks because y'all think it's cool. Some of y'all walking around with locks and it don't look right. Just saying.
Take care of your hair.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of your hair. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people that don't believe in shampoo and conditioner. They believe in head, bodies, and shoulders.
Really? What's head, bodies, and shoulders?
3-in-1.
Oh no, not the 17 and 1, not the 26 and 1. The guy, you talking about the shampoo, the conditioner, the dish soap, the laundry detergent.
I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that.
You talking about the lube? You talking about the all-in-one, man? If I see another 17 and 1, if I see another 26 and 1, bro.
I swear to God, when I was in the Army, I was at Fort Benning. I had a roommate. I can't remember the dude's name right now, but so the white boy, I think it was a white boy. This motherfucker had laundry soap in the bathroom. I'm like, hey, bro, like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this here for? Motherfucker told me he ran out of soap. Now, I bought my soap. Now, you know, at that time, I bought soap from Bath and Body Works, the men's section. And I would have about 6-7 bottles of just soap and their lotion.
Right.
I still do that to this day. I catch them on sale, you know. I'm a sale catching motherfucker now. In your 30s, you catch things on sale. It's crazy. I used to pay full price for everything. Now I'm in my 30s like this. This is on sale.
Is there a coupon? Is there a coupon for that? You got a coupon.
I told bro, man, I said, hey, man, you ain't got to do all that. I said, I got extra soap here. He was like, no, man, I don't like the way that soap feel on my skin. I'm like, bro, you can take the soap and the lotion. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, lotion? Why would I wear a lotion? So, you know, I know we off subject like a motherfucker, but dude, there's no way that people, I just like, there's no way. Like, you're living out here nasty like that.
Some people live filthy. This was in college, or
no, this was when I was at Fort. I was 25 years old at Fort Benning.
Okay, well, you know,
2018.
I feel like being in the military and being in like serving can be very similar to college at some points. Because I feel like there's some shit you will like mainly see in college or in the army, bro. Like I don't think I don't think that this really like so many other places where you see some shit like that, like niggas just moving so odd. Man, you don't get the opportunity to see so many different people's lifestyles up close unless you in typically one of them two environments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. College, or like that's why they always said you're gonna meet some of the most interesting people when you go up to college, or same thing when you
go to the service.
Yeah, going to the service, man. Like, because that's so crazy for somebody to be able. So for somebody to know that about you and be able to say that, I seen this nigga use, or you know what I'm saying, I seen this dude use laundry detergent as hand soap before. Nobody should be able to say that about you in this lifetime. From my opinion.
Oh, it wasn't hand soap, it was body wash.
It was body wash. You was using body wash as hand soap, and then doubled down and stood on business about the fact that you was using body wash as hand soap. And when somebody tried to then offer you some hand soap, you said,
body wash. Offered his ass body wash.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, even still though, you offered him body. He was using laundry detergent, so you offered him body wash to step up from what he was doing. He came up with excuses and then doubled down on that and said, "No, I don't. Why would I use lotion? What was you thinking? What was you thinking? Exposing such taboo elements of your life like that?"
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I met a white boy. You know, he tried to cut his own hair. His clippers died on him, man. He had patches, and I happen to have a pair of clippers. But I always used to tell people, "You have me cut your hair, man. I'm not a barber. So you gonna get whatever the fuck cut that you gonna get. You know, I'm gonna try my best to make it look good. I'm not a barber. I don't got a steady head. Yeah. So when cutting to do his hair, I know it's like got a lot of dandruff. And I asked him, I say, man, what do you wash your hair with? He said, what do you mean? I was like, you use shampoo and conditioner? He was like, no, man, I use shoulders, heads and shoulders. I said, man, you can't use that 3-in-1 stuff, man. I had extra shampoo and conditioner. I gave it to him. I said, hey, man, use this in your hair. And, you know, took it. He actually used it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw him the following week, because we wasn't in the same battalion, we stayed in the same building, but we weren't in the same battalion. I seen him a couple weeks later after his hair started growing back, and he was like, "Man, touch my hair." Touch his hair. I was like, "Damn, your hair is silky as hell." He said, "Yeah, man, I started using that shampoo and conditioner." He said, "I didn't know." He said, "I never understood why black people bought shampoo and conditioner. I thought y'all was just doing the most." And he's like, "I understand now because, like, you know, body washes to make you smell good and feel good, while the soap, the conditioner and shampoo is to actually rejuvenate your hair." Because like when I was cutting his hair, I'm touching. I'm like, "Bro, your hair's slimy. Like, what the hell's going on?" Man, this motherfucker's hair felt like a horse's bane and shit like that.
Oh no, I don't like that. I wouldn't have cut his hair though.
I mean, I washed my blades afterwards. I soaked them in some I almost said bleach because they throwing bitches in bleach. Throwing in some alcohol.
Alcohol for sure. That's how you clean your blades. Yeah.
Man, it's your personal. It's my personal blade. Yeah, that's just a bleach. That shit's a bleach. Shit get up in the covenant. I'm like, let me let that shit sit for a little bit.
Somebody said, "Hey, look it, bro. You helped the brother out that day. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters for real. You benefited somebody's life for the better, man. Look it. Regardless of what people thought, bro. Regardless of what people think, you don't just get this just by sheer luck, bro. You gotta take care of yourself. You don't get good hair just by luck, bro. I take whatever you got, make the most of it. Take care of yourself, man. I'm telling you, like right there, you take care of yourself. This is gonna be like the foundation for everything you do. Don't talk to no girls if you're not taking care of yourself. If your hygiene is whack, don't be thinking about no girls, man. Like figure that out first. Figure that out first, man. Start from the basics, work your way up. I'm telling you, it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna be so focused on getting yourself right, you ain't even gonna realize, like, dang, the girls is gonna be flocking to you. The girls gonna be flocking to you just because you putting yourself in a position where you look like you love yourself. Look like you love yourself. Damn it. And with that being said, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I think we're going to start to bring the show to a close and everything. You know what I'm saying? I think that this week was definitely a good week and everything like that. We sat here and kicked it with y'all for a couple hours, man. It was fun. And if y'all want to see my dog James on here again, bro, you know what I'm saying? All y'all got to do is just let me know. I'm going to get him back in here. It ain't nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This is my dog. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just let me know something, bro. If y'all enjoyed, the dialogue, the back and forth and everything like that, man, I'll for sure bring them on. You know what I'm saying? That we can make it more of like a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments because this is gonna be on YouTube too, as well as Twitch. Shout out Kai Sinat. Shout out Bree. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for popping in here. That was honestly you know what I'm saying, crazy. The highlight of my week for sure. So, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Bree.
Thank you, Bree. Let's pop that back up and just let people don't think I'm faking and everything like that. Thank you, Bree. So, you know what I'm saying? For those of y'all who don't know, on Tuesdays, every week on the Brands and Platforms channel, on Tuesdays, we have the dialogue where y'all can join A2 Breezy. Then y'all do a deep dive into the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's open conversation, everything like that. It's a whole panel of you know what I'm saying, of men who are diving into the Bible. You can get in the chat, you know what I'm saying, or just whatever. You can interact. It don't matter if you the most religious person, you are atheist or whatever. Everybody's welcome. We talking about the Bible and we have an open discussion. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real fun thing and it's real interesting. It's like new age. It feels like a new age version of it, of talking about the Bible and engaging. On Wednesdays, y'all know where to be at. LXL Universe. You know what I'm saying? LXL Universe, that's just what it is, man. So, you know what I'm saying? This is where we get into it. You know what I'm saying? We just reacting to trending topics. We talking, just whatever y'all want. If y'all want me to add some stuff to what I'm doing, I add some stuff. Just let me know or whatever. Then on Thursdays, we got that main event. We got that MIDI Lab show. You know what I'm saying? We got the MIDI Lab show where we sit here and we debate. We just debate. We go back and forth. We go at it. We come at each other's necks. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of the game. It's a lot of the game. We also are reacting to other topics and then talking and debating upon those topics too. It's real fun. That usually happens at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get in where you fit in, you know what I'm saying? You can figure out all the little details, you know what I'm saying, in that. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all who want to stay connected to, you know, LXL Rays and everything like that, please, I'm going to tell you right now, do not forget, tap in with me on Instagram, man. Like, tap in with me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Because it be going down over there on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It be going down over there on Instagram, too. I be posting. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, it's been real. It's your boy LXL Rays. It's your boy Cam. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And we're going to wish y'all a good night. God bless. Stay safe, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all checking us out. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
One thing that got me tripping, you did. This one thing you saw me feeling. It's this one thing you did. This one thing that caught me slipping. It's this one thing I want to admit you did. This one thing and I was so with it.
Projects. First I caught the bag and put a Glock up in it, I'm about it. Next I pulled up on my favorite op and made them empty pockets. New tech imported to the city, niggas bringing rockets. I could get it at the retail price and resell it on StockX. I got somewhere I'm supposed to be right now, but I'm in Compton. I've been really bad for business lately, I've been steady dropping. His numbers up, he think he doing better than me, nigga stop it. Joker got this handshake that could show you that we really locked in. Why my Chevy blinging in the sun while I be trying to pop shit? All I'm really seeing is the money, diamonds in my eyelids. I was really rich before the money, I was lit without it. Always keep the hoes around, they all got tea, they tryna clock it. She done been around for 6 months, can she really help it? Chaining day coming up quick, she gon' get a necklace. Every time I bring malicious round, shit be getting hectic. He gon' let you know exactly who and who not to mess with. Cash behind me, we knocked 3 goals off our checklist. He said it's time to really spin it, that big body Benz. Catch me out in ATL this summer, I'm in Christian's crib. Everyone from Detroit to Atlanta finna hear the whip. Since 2021, I've been screaming big body Benz. Hella songs I can't even drop, I don't wanna snitch. I had told him if I die tonight, I don't want y'all to spend. But here's a number I need you to call and they'll take care of it. Knowing that my people taking care of gon' bring me to tears. I done had my ducks all in a row since I jumped in that water. 22 and I'm already thinking about my sons and daughters. I'ma be a father that was way better than my father. He say he a shark, but I'm a shark too, let's see who's stronger. If you find an AR in the bushes somewhere in Ann Arbor, I'ma need my shit back for real, son, I need you to call me. Lately I just ain't been feeling right since I ain't had it on. I ain't coming to your party not for free, since you used to charge. And producers really trust me with they beat, cause they know I'm the hardest. 10 toes down and 2 feet, I don't even bargain. Doggy tryna tax about the beans, I'll find a new garden. Doggy musta popped one of his beans, he chasing leafy greens. I'm finna supercharge this RA and take off like Rocket League. I wanna live stream my antics, but they'll be watching me. I just went and got this new Mac that hold a 50 piece. I ain't even got my CPL and I conceal it still. Met up in the park, but after dark I left him in the field. Rings bigger than the Super Bowl, I'm in the NFL. Sneaker legends know I'm coming through, I'm finna buy a shell. 10 toes down and 2 feet, it's like I never fell. Anybody rapping with this flow took it from LXL. As long as you listen to my songs, I'll make sure you do well. 2 twin Glocks, they need a name like Keenan and Kel. One day my name gon' become essential like it's fear of God. How my gun gon' really trump shit cause it's a 45. Home base gon' be up out of space, my Rick and Morty vibes. Name a nigga grinding harder than me, nigga, you a lie. One day my name gon' become essential like it's fear of God. My uncle said I'll be the president because he know that I humble niggas, uncontrollable and unfuckwittable. These niggas cannot miss me with that bullshit, I'm invisible. Your girlfriend went and got hit cause she divisible. These niggas cannot miss me with that bullshit, I'm invisible.